If there's anything that I really want to complain about with this team over the past 2 weeks, it's not that you lost the football game. It's not that despite how you should be performing, you're not up to that level. It's the fact that realistically, the problems are right in front of you, and you simply just cannot do anything about it, or you just don't do anything about it. We've been complaining about Brian Johnson since week 1 against the Patriots. And he has not figured out how to run this offense in a way that somewhat, in the slightest way, resembles Shane Steichen's offense last year. I want to shout out Joey Shakes. Love this man. Haven't been too active in the community. I've been really busy with school and work. I just called out of work because I overslept and I was going to be late, and I said I need more sleep. I'm that tired. But I caught some of his stream last night. And this has been my biggest concern, my biggest issue, and especially when, as fans, you can say this confidently and point out plays that are about to happen before they happen on the television screen or on the football field if you're at the stadium. That's a sign that your coach is not a good coach, that he is not creative, that there is nothing unique about what you're running on offense, to the point that you have fans that can easily memorize and figure things out. Imagine how a team that plays you twice a year can. Imagine how a team with a vendetta because of their championship loss against you can. It is obvious. And no matter how much talent you have on the field, they'll make mistakes. Hurts gets fumbled. Great play by the Cowboy defense. A.J. Brown fumbles. Great play by the Cowboy defense. Smith, great play by the Cowboy defense. It's going to happen, especially when you get too comfortable in a system that is so easily predictable, and talent can't make up for that. As good as your players are, talent cannot make up for the same exact plays being called left and right. And neither can the defense scoring you touchdowns, because guess what? I give credit to the defense last night, despite how they looked, letting up 33 points. Only touchdown scored was by the defense. They scored 7 points. The Eagles offense scored 6. Let that sink in. So there are problems. Will the Eagles bounce back? We have to wait and see. Their schedule gets easier after Seattle, of course, and Seattle already is going to get easier, but the Seattle Seahawks went toe-to-toe with the Cowboys. Probably could have won that game if coaching was a little bit better on 4th and 1. Just saying. That won't be a cakewalk, but we got the Giants, we got the Cardinals, we got the Giants again afterwards. I mean, listen, this team is going to make the playoffs. It's a matter of, can this coaching staff give them the tools necessary? And I've really got to look at Nick Sirianni at this point. And I'm going to keep saying this every single week until we play on Monday Night Football, because this man just sits on the sideline. Anytime something happens, whether it's a penalty, a fumble, a touchdown, interception, you name it, he's just kind of standing there and he's like screaming at like referees. I never once see him look at a at a fellow coach or anything, and try to talk about like, hey, what's the game plan here? We're down big. Well, what are we gonna do? We gotta figure something out. I never see that. Of course, we don't see everything, but I don't know. I feel like ever since he's relinquished play calling, he's got way too comfortable with just being there. I don't know. I really do think that at some point in time, and it should have been a few weeks ago, maybe Sirianni should have taken back play calling, because at least he would be able to give us more answers about what things went down, because he doesn't want to talk about the play calls, He doesn't want to talk about this, that, or the other. I don't know. Coaching is the biggest problem right now, and it's the reason for certain plays happening the way that they happen, like fumbles, false starts, penalties, things like that. They're the reason why our scheme is very predictable on offense. It's the reason why our defense, despite whoever the coordinator is, I can't really say anything bad about Desai. I know the middle of the field is weak, and that's because of Maddox being out, and that's because of Reed Blankenship getting hurt, and this, that, and the other, and the scheme that we run. It doesn't help when you're already down points and your offense can't do jack shit. So I'm just saying, I give Desai the benefit of the doubt. I'm looking at Sirianni and Brian Johnson, the two best friends, the two head honchos of the offensive game plan, and they need to figure some things out. And they've needed to. They haven't all season long, and it's showing right now against the biggest competition in your conference. You've been able to beat the AFC. We've seen that. Chiefs, Dolphins, Bills. Still haven't played the Ravens, and if you want to play the Ravens, you got to get to February. So you got to do that by getting ahead of Dallas and San Francisco and Detroit. We might play Detroit. They just lost to the Bears, but you can't underestimate them, right? When you get into the playoffs. And when you're playing like this, you can't even beat the Niners. You can't even beat the Cowboys. How are you going to tell me you can beat Detroit? What if the Buccaneers start turning it up? They're winning their division now. What if they turn it up? How are you going to tell me we can beat Tampa Bay? I'm just saying. There's a lot that needs to get worked on, and they got to do it fast. Because if they don't, this run that they're trying to go back to the Super Bowl with, it's not going to happen.